I don't. Yeah. Okay. Kathy said that she'll be joining us on Facebook, but she's got a lot of work. Susan is, as you know, up to her eyeballs in just about anything and everything. And Jenny said that she cannot join us. And Denise is preparing for her oral surgery back in Ohio. So, and I haven't heard from anyone else.
Which fiesta are they talking about?
OLA,
OLA is,
Our Lady of Assumption in Claremont,
that one. Okay, gotcha.
where Janice is now. And almost everybody else on the program is or is from. And I was there for 15 years from 1994 to 2009.
Oh, so it's a satellite.
A satellite.
Like an Albanian satellite.
Okay, you lost me there.
Yeah, there's too many metaphors. Sorry.
Okay.
You should have heard me last night. I was talking great, right, Janice?
Oh,
Did you ever hear?
absolutely.
Did you ever hear a
Absolutely.
guy mimic Biden? That's what I do.
Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I kind of liked his quip when he very publicly got the booster shot. And he says, I'm actually over 65, even if I don't look it. But
And then, yeah, and then he said, okay, I'm getting a shot in the arm, but not metaphorically.
Well, was it a mystical?
well, metaphorically, it could be a kick in the ass, but
Right. Well,
I wouldn't say such a thing. And then, so the drama about the fiesta, in my mind anyway, that's going around my mind, is that for what, 35 years at least, the OLA fiesta has been one of the big events in Claremont and was always on Mother's Day weekend. And it was originally on Mother's Day weekend because way back when, that was the only day that the ride company could come out. And I guess Monsignor Barry decided, well, let's make the best of it. So it became a Mother's Day event, kind of, which most everybody had mixed feelings about. I personally did not have mixed feelings about it because I have to confess that fiesta was not my idea of the ultimate Christian activity. But so I was always cool on the idea anyway, but there were enough people there who supported it and wanted it. And it turned out always to be a really great event in spite of Mother's Day weekend, or maybe because, but COVID, they didn't have it last year. And then this year, they decided to move it to October and not do it on Sunday. So it's only now on Friday evening and Saturday, and not to concentrate on rides and all of that, because most of the families and kids who supported the rides and had a great time, those kids are married and have their own kids and they're living somewhere else. So anyway, I hope it goes well this weekend. But COVID, as I've mentioned in my email, COVID has accomplished something that nobody, myself included, was able to do for 35 years. And that is move it off Mother's Day weekend. And now that deed is done. So it will probably never again be on Mother's Day weekend.
Hmm.
So how are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, I've got my big event on Monday with our speaker, so I'm writing my speech, trying to keep everybody contacted, because everybody got a separate email with a code, a Zoom link as the panelists, and all the logistics of putting it together is just,
Mhm.
real fun, because some people get it and some people don't, and then you have to send another email to explain what they should have understood, but
Now
it's
this
all
is
good.
what event?
Well, it's the 19th annual Pat
Oh,
Reef Memorial
What
Lecture.
event? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, it's our 19th year, and we've got a pretty, I guess, really famous speaker this year, much more so than many. So
Mhm.
hopefully it's going to go off on Monday night without a hitch, I hope. So I've got to go do training tonight at school. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm,
okay,
concentrating on
yeah.
in my life.
It's going to be recorded and available
Yeah, yeah.
afterwards.
So
too,
I'll
because I-
send the recording, the link out
yeah,
once I get it. And
that'll
then,
be good because I won't be able to make it live.
yeah, because, yeah, I mean, what I've been doing gradually is whatever lectures I have on film, I've been putting up on YouTube, but I've got to splice them together because the camera doesn't splice it that was being
Mhm.
used to record the stuff. So I've got to do that and put that up. So we'll see with the Zoom recording. It's much easier because it's all one tape, which is good.
Okay. Uh, well, good luck on that.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
and best wishes, and I'll pray that everything goes smoothly and successfully.
Good. I need it. Thank you.
And of course, John Crean is on his way, I think, to Oregon, did he say?
Yeah, I can't remember where he said, yeah, I think they were doing a driving trip, weren't they?
Right.
I think.
Right. So he'll probably catch up with us on one of the media outlets. So I think it is going to be the three of us. What shall we talk about?
Yeah, what should we talk about?
Let me talk real quick about something happened to me Sunday, which never happens to me. I told Janice that I'm back to going to LMU because we're back at Sacred Heart, and we get the Jesuits give the homily.
Mhm.
And this was a homily of all homilies to me,
Mhm.
because he was a refugee. And so he gave the analogy with the Haitians to what he did from Vietnam. And I just now finally got his name. It was Father Man Tran. And I see these Jesuits come by. You see him, and then you don't see him, and I just wondered, well, where is he? Where was he? But he gave a talk of 2 times. He said, "Well, what am I going to do? And what are you going to do? The fall to action, right?" And the answer was, "I don't know." 2 times he says, "I don't know," and he didn't say, I'm going to get more prayers. I'm going to take more novenas. He just said, "I don't know." 2 times. I said, wow, I love to hear somebody say, this is a problem and I feel the problem. What can I do? It was
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay, Bob. That kind of calls to mind Merton's prayer, which I think was, or it may have been Newman. I think it's been attributed to both of them. But I have no idea where I am going, in a sense, where I'm simply helpless. So Lord, guide me, something like that. I've got to, obviously I have something else in mind for the prayer. Could I ask you, Bob, after our prayer, after we go on live, if you would tell that story again?
Oh, sure.
And then maybe that could be a launching pad for our conversation, because we are all in the middle of some kind of muddlement in our world today, perhaps multiple muddlements. But anyway, here's live on Facebook. And go live. Preparing. And
Got
we
it.
are now live streamed on Facebook. So welcome to everybody who is on Facebook. I'd let me see.
Got
We
it.
are now live streamed on Facebook. So let me see. Okay, so here we are. And Susan Brunasso has just entered the room.
Great.
So we start live on Facebook. Welcome to everybody on Facebook, whoever may be here. And let me.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Good morning.
Hi, Susan.
I'm
So,
hoping the noise will not be too bad out here.
well,
looks
you live,
nice.
you live on such a nice, quiet street.
Well, they're doing something down the street right now.
Ah, okay. Well, welcome, Susan. Glad you're able to be with us. It looks like it is just us. Everybody else sort of bowed out. Father John is driving up north, and Jenny said she couldn't make it, and Kathy, I think, will be watching, but her work does not let her participate right now. And who else? Denise. Denise, we need to keep in our prayers because she's in well, God
Amen.
bless you
Amen.
all, and God bless you who are on Facebook. There are still 7 people with us, so God bless all of you, and we'll sign off of Facebook right now. So bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Ciao.
And we are still going on our little chat, but the live video has ended on Facebook. So any okay, I think we are now live on Facebook. Bob and Jan, you don't know Father Anthony, do you?
Mm-mm. But I think I know St. Agatha's. That's the one that's on Adams Street near La Brea, right?
Right, precisely.
Which is a great parish that LMU used to send their priest to, I think, because there was a nun who was the pastoral assistant or pastoral director for a while.
Right, Sister
Can't think of her name.
Sister Karen Collier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Good
Todd,
night,
you,
little
And in
prayer.
fact, she and I organized a pilgrimage to Ireland. Basically, she's the one who organized it and kind of wanted me to come along. And that was that's the one that probably convinced me that my pilgrim days are over, because I was sick most of the time,
Oh,
and
no.
and it was on the second day actually that I came down with St. Patrick's Revenge, and
Oh, really? I didn't know there was such a thing over there.
and communicated it to most everybody else on the trip. And my friend Karen Callie, whom I'm here helping now, who was not really in the best of physical condition. Anyway, she came along on it, and was actually ended up in the hospital there
Oh, wow.
for 2 days. or 3 days.
How is Karen doing now? How is she doing?
Karen is holding her own. But
No more shingles. The shingles are gone.
no, shingles
Oh,
almost
wow.
never really fully go away. So she's still having effects from it. And
Oh,
you know,
wow.
shingles that basically affected the right side of her forehead,
The nervous system.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and her right eye.
Oh,
right.
And so that, I mean, she's still seeing an ophthalmologist once a month about that and
wow.
getting a various routine of drops but they're still.
I'm just glad she didn't go blind, because if it's that close, that, I mean, that could be where she could
Well,
have gone blind.
Fortunately, that's an eye that is already pretty much blind.
Ah,
So
okay.
she-
Okay.
she has only one eye, one really functional eye.
Wow.
So you had the Montezuma's Revenge in Ireland, but not so much an upper cold, because I remember getting an upper cold and going to the
No,
bar
it
to ask
was
for
very
something.
definitely digestive from both ends. I suspect it was the norovirus.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And I also suspect that I got it either at the airport before we left here in LA, or that would probably have been
Ah.
connected with the breakfast that we had there, or from the food on the train, on the plane.
Fine. Hmm.
Uh,
Well, that's no good.
It generally takes about 2 days for it to incubate. And I was feeling absolutely fine. And then right in the middle of a video show, kind of a movie about Knock in the theater in Knock, I suddenly, over the course of about 5 seconds, felt nauseous and then did not make it to the restroom in time.
Oh, no.
And,
Oh, no.
and they were very good about cleaning up. But what I, because I was still associated with everybody there on the trip, and the norovirus is extremely contagious.
Yes, it is.
About more than half of the people on the trip got it, and were requiring
Tension.
yeah,
Lots of tension.
about 2 days of staying in their rooms wherever we were. But Karen had hit very hard and severely dehydrated her, and she needed to
Yep.
go in the hospital for 2 days.
Yep.
So I had to pull away from the pilgrimage for 2 days. I never did get to kiss the Blarney Stone.
Probably good that you didn't.
That's right. That's right. But you know, the Blarney Stone is plastic anyway.
It's overrated.
Really?
Pardon me?
It's overrated.
Yeah, but you know, it's phony. It's a sham rock.
Where's
Good
my
one.
drum?
Good one.
So
Oh my goodness gracious. Because in Ireland, I was introduced to the Irish flu shot, because when I arrived, I had allergies and maybe a possible cold. So I remember going up to the bar and they said, we'll get you, I said, I have a little bit of a throat thing. He goes, we'll get you an Irish flu shot. And I said, I had a flu shot in the States. He goes, no, this is an Irish flu shot. And I said, so pray tell, please tell me what this consists of. He said, watch me do this. And he did this very boiling water into a cup. He had a slice of lemon, stuck some cloves in it, threw it into the water, put a tablespoon of honey into it, and then he put a shot of Powers Irish whiskey into it. He mixed it up just slightly, and he said, sip on this, you should be all better by tomorrow. And I was, and I was introduced to this lovely drink. So anytime in the wintertime when I would feel that coming on, we do have the Powers Irish whiskey with the lemon and cloves, and it's a nice hot toddy. So anyway, that was my experience with being slightly under the weather in Ireland.
good.
Oh, and Father Anthony, for those, Bob and Janice, I'm hoping to say this without offending Father Tom at all. When Father Tom asked if you knew him, I immediately thought to myself what people were saying about him as he was departing OLA. Some people were in shock to the degree of the farewell parties and so forth to honor him as he was leaving OLA, where the amount of parties and festivities were huge, almost to the degree of when Monsignor Barry was leaving. That's where they compared it to, going, who is Father Anthony, who's only been here for what was it, 3 years? Was it, Father Tom?
Or-
3
or
years or
he did the full first associate's term. They would only, a newly ordained priest would be there for only 4 years.
Okay, so for him only being there for that amount of time, to have the amount of going away, very large gatherings as he did, he touched a lot of hearts, and almost to the degree where I remember people mumbling, who is he to be receiving such accolades and such almost equal to Monsignor Barry. So just to give you a little bit of that, he was able to touch a lot of lives, as equally as Father Thomas touched many lives as well. But he's yes, that's all I have to say
Well,
about that.
all I can say is there are very, very few people that I am as proud of as Father Anthony, and his and I also got fairly close to his parents, who are still alive in
Oh, really? Good.
living in where is it, Lancaster?
I think so.
He told me, so somewhere out in the upper desert. And but I think that it was a very good rapport that we had, and I was very grateful that he was sent there, in the kind of work and the kind of openness and receptivity to the whole sphere of parish ministry that he exhibited. So it'd be nice.
I so wish we could have gotten Father Tran on here before his passing, which was so unexpected. I so wish we could have gotten Father Tran, because I think he would have been a blast to have on the Zoom. And I know we need to cut off and say goodbye to each other, but just thought to mention that it would have been a kick in the head to have Father Tran on here.
Yeah, it really would have. I regret kind of that I did not stay really close to him afterwards, but there was no real reason for our paths to cross other than intentionally getting together, and neither one of us did. So anyway, shall we call it a day?
Yes.
For our,
Yeah.
And Bob, thank you. John, thank you.
You're
Susan,
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Susan,
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
To all of
Thank
us.
Thank you
Bob.
all.
And end meeting for all. So 2,
Good. Have a
3,
good week.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.